Good morning, and welcome to 5 Minutes with God, where in 5 minutes I get the opportunity to share God with you, His simple truths, without any religious, ethnic, national, political, or gender bias. And for about 5 minutes, I want to talk about, because oftentimes I encounter people that wonder whether God actually hears them when they pray to God, when they talk to God, when they converse with God. And oftentimes they'll ask, well, Reverend, how do I know if God hears me? But today I want to talk not from the subject of whether God hears you, but whether you hear God. You see, because I want to assure you that God hears you. Yes, He hears you, and He knows everything that you are going through. He knows everything that you've gone through. And He knows that in spite of your doubt as to whether He hears you or not, that much of what you've gone through has just been a setup for your promotion. You've had to go through so that you could get through, so that you could be elevated to the place that had you not gone through the things that you've gone through, you would not be prepared to successfully deal with what He has for you. So, beloved, let me assure you that God hears you. Yes, He hears you. And He says that in spite of the fact that a lot of the difficulties that you've experienced have been self-inflicted, beloved, that He says that your mess-ups aren't big enough to hinder Him from your come-up. I want you to hear that, because many of us are very critical of ourselves. We think that we shouldn't have done this, and yeah, we've done some things that have caused difficulties, have caused stress, has caused strain and turmoil in our lives. But beloved, I want you to know that God understands this, and He says that your mess-up isn't big enough to hinder Him from helping you in your come-up. I want you to understand, beloved, that God knows you. Not only does He hear you, but He knows you by name. And He knows everything that you need before you even ask. So again, I'm here to tell you, beloved, in about 2 more minutes to stop talking so much so that you give yourself an opportunity to hear what God has to say. And I can hear Him say, beloved, that where much is given, much is required. So hold on. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up, because God is listening. And not only is He listening, but He's orchestrating your come up. He's orchestrating a situation that may have been meant for evil, that He's orchestrating so that it will turn out for your good. God knows you by name. He hears you. So you don't have to wonder whether He hears you or not, because, beloved, He hears you. In fact, as I say, He knows you. He knows your concerns. He knows your problems. He knows what you're going through. He knows your difficulties. But He's saying, listen, because when you begin to listen, you will understand that as I said, where much is given, much is required. And the required part of where we have to be accountable is that God is saying to us that it's time for us to be more concerned with being defined by good than by being defined by our religion, than by being defined by our ethnicities, than by being defined by our political affiliations, than by being defined by our gender or our nationalities. God is saying, yes, much is required, but that required is that you decide that you're going to be defined by good. You see, if you will stop long enough to listen, you will hear God say that I would rather mercy than sacrifice. Yes, this is what He's saying. So He's saying, just keep chasing after me, because I am a reward rewarder of them that diligently seek me. If you keep chasing, you will find what you are looking for. See, beloved, I just want you to understand that God hears you. He knows your situation. He knows what you're going through. And if you will listen, you will hear him say to you in a still small voice to be still and know that I am God. And if you being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more will I give unto mine that ask of me? I love you, I thank you, and until next time, goodbye.